LIVETARGET Swimbait Series is unbelievable. You've heard all about it at iCast. You've seen all the ads. You've seen everybody talking about this thing. It is really a really cool system right here. And right here behind me, I have several of my favorite ones. And what makes these baits so realistic is they're anatomically correct. They spared no expense and research in making sure that these baits were on point. Let me tell you some of the key features on all the swim baits in this project. Number one, they have a wide gap hook, strong wide gap hook, and that's important. They also have an internal weighting system. So these baits are gonna fall at about 1 foot a second. So if you want to get your bait down, just basically count. Every second, it's gonna sink about 1 foot, and you're gonna reel it back to the boat. They have a nice little fin guard right here that's gonna act as a weed guard. That's gonna help you keep your bait a little bit more weedless as you're throwing it around grass or limbs. Really what sets this Swimbait series apart from all the rest is the tail. They've spent so much time and research on this tail, making sure that A, it's anatomically correct, and B, that it oscillates in a way that's gonna make those fish key in on this bait and bite it. Now, if you've noticed right here on all the swim baits, they have an accessory feature, which is great because you can attach little things like spinnerbait blades like I have on here now. You can also attach extra hooks, little treble hooks if you want to put on there. And they also have things like you can put a little weight on the bottom of it. So you can accessorize these swim baits for anything you want. Now let's jump up. Let me explain to you the rods and line and retrieve that works best for these baits. And tie it directly to the hook eyelet. And I avoid using any snap swivels or any loop knots. I want to tie that directly to the eyelet of the bait. You know, on a big heavy duty swim bait like this big golden shiner, I'm rigging this thing on a 7-foot, 11-inch heavy action rod. And I'm gonna rig it with 17 to 20 pound fluorocarbon or monofilament. Occasionally I might even go to 25, depending on where I'm fishing. With this smaller swim bait like this sardine here, I'm gonna take a step down on the rod, 7.3 heavy, and I'm gonna rig it on 12 to 15 pound fluorocarbon. Again, you can use mono as well. Now, let's talk about reels. You wanna reel these baits slow through the water. So you want a slower speed reel, like a 6.3 to 1, something in the 6 range. If you don't have a 6 and you have a 7 or an 8 to 1 reel, just slow it down accordingly. So that's the way you're gonna wanna rig them up. Now, let me show you how you fish them. Let's start off by throwing my big swim bait. Any of these big swim baits like this, you're gonna wanna, again, use that long rod to make that long cast out there and hold your swim bait rod, you know, anywhere from say 9 o'clock to about 10 o'clock position. I don't want it way up in the sky and I don't want it way down low either. I want it about right there. And notice how I'm just a steady retrieve. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not reeling it real fast or killing it. I'm just a steady retrieve and letting that tail oscillate through the water and let those fish kind of key in on that bait as that thing comes through the water. There's one right there. Oh, it feels like a big one too. Oh my goodness, look at this bass. Wow, that's what I'm talking about, guys, right there. Oh, love it right there. Man, guys, hey, how about that for you? Next time you're out swim bait fishing, pick you up some of these LIVETARGET swim baits. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Wow, that was so cool. On point right there. Awesome.